All right, what's up, everyone? This is a new episode of Sports Harder. We're coming at you on this Wednesday evening again because my main man, Chris over here, went to a concert. We'll check in on that and see how that was. But I am your host, Maddie Lukewarm Ice, wearing the throwback Aeneas Williams jersey. Yeah, that's throwing it back. Yeah, so wearing the throwback jersey. I already said Maddie Lukewarm Ice. Man, I'm just out of it. But yeah, I am your host. And then, as always, my co-host is Chris the Gorilla Binder.
What's up?
All right, how was the concert? We got to get an update on how the concert was.
I realized I'm old. Dude, I was so tired all day today. And then I took 2 naps. Had a migraine. Oh my God, dude. My head hurts, my neck hurts from headbanging, but the concert was amazing.
There you go, good. So worth it, it sounds like then.
Yeah,
it was worth it. Okay, as long as it was worth it, that's all that matters. So we got a jam-packed episode for you guys today. Breaking news with a lot of NFL trade stuff, MLB stuff, top 5, bottom 5. Going to go over our picks of the week, all that good stuff. So let's start off with Major League Baseball. Yesterday, first wild card game, the Yankees and the Red Sox. The Red Sox end up winning it. It's 1-game elimination, so they are out. Boston moves on to face the Tampa Bay Rays now in the next round for that. And so that means, I think that, what is it? The
White
Sox and Astros?
Yep. White Sox and Astros are playing.
So White Sox and Astros will play each other. So in that series right there, who do you like for both of those matchups? The Red Sox and Tampa, and then the Astros and the White Sox?
White Sox. As long as the Astros don't cheat. They're never going to live that down. It doesn't matter. So anytime that they win, it's going to be questioned.
I mean, they still freaking Pete Rose is still paying for the crap that he did. He didn't cheat, obviously. I mean, some people thought he might have to help the team lose if he bet against them.
But he never bet against his own team. That's the funny thing. He's like, we're going to win.
But I mean, either way, people still hold it against him, obviously. It's been however long. And
I actually met Pete Rose.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's pretty boss.
It was kind of funny. Just you brought it up, but
yeah.
No, he was doing a signing thing at some memorabilia store in one of the casinos in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And we happened to be walking. I think it was through the shops in Caesar's Palace, but they have a big memorabilia store in there, and he was there signing stuff, and I was cool. Holy crap! So I walk in. And I got to meet him and stuff. I said hi, shook his hand and everything. And I was like, well, how much is your autograph? He's like, well, you got to buy an item for $75.
Whew.
And then my autograph is $225. I was like,
holy hell.
So what? You didn't win enough in gambling? And he's like, that's fucked up, man. And I was like, you're in Vegas? So then I just left. I was like, hell no, I'm not spending that much money.
No, that's a crazy amount.
He was a pretty chill dude.
That's cool.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Even still, he's a big boy.
I got to go against you on the pick, though. I think the Astros are going to take it to the White Sox. So I don't want them to, but I think they're going to, they're going to do it.
I think the White Sox win it.
Fair enough. What about the Red Sox and Rays?
I'm rooting for the Rays. But, oh, man.
I mean, the Rays won the division for a reason. I mean,
yeah, and Boston's just been on a tear too. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rays. Screw it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think the Rays are gonna do it again. I think it'll be a Rays Astros conference championship.
ALCS.
Yeah, conference. Yeah,
championship series.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Tonight, as of right now, it is in the
6th inning?
8th inning.
Oh God.
No.
I thought it was a 6th.
What? No, it wasn't. The other top of the 9th. There we go. Top of the 9th. Whew. So it might be going into extra innings.
Yeah.
It's Cardinals 1, Dodgers 1. So basically, Dodgers having the second best record in Major League Baseball had to go in as a wild card and face a 1-game elimination. Cardinals on that ridiculously hot streak at the end of the season, carrying into the postseason now. So one of them will face the Giants. And then the other teams are the Brewers. Yeah, the Brewers and the Braves.
Yeah, Braves.
So,
I think the Braves are going to go all the way to the World Series.
wow. Okay.
That's who I'm rooting for.
That's who you're rooting for. I think the Giants are going to make it again.
Nope.
Yeah, I think the Giants will.
The Braves have too much power at the bat, man.
It could be. Yeah, I think potentially the Giants are going to take it, but we'll keep an eye on this game. Top of the ninth. Like I said, it's 1-1 right now, so it's a really close game. Could go into extra innings. How do you feel about the 1-game elimination for the wild card? Do you feel it's unfair, especially a team like the Dodgers who had over 100 wins, but yet they're in the wild card?
I mean, they didn't win their division, so it doesn't matter how many wins you get. You have to win your division. So they sucked. The Giants were better. I think I don't like the 1-game elimination.
Yeah.
I would love to see a 3-game.
Yeah.
Best of 3. So you have to win 2 of 3 to get in.
What do you think about a double header, for the first, that way if the one team wins both games, it's over. But if they split it, then the next day they play the 3rd game.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be amazing.
Right?
I mean, how tired do you really get playing baseball? I mean, I get the pitchers get tired. Catchers get tired from their legs. Yeah. But I mean, you're not running a ton.
You're going to sub in pitchers, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Have new pitchers for the other game. But they play double headers all the time.
Yeah.
In the regular season. So I don't see why that would be a problem. And then if they split it, next day, last game,
finish it off.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe one day it'll be something like that. But as of right now, they just are sticking with the 1-game elimination when it comes to that. So
I mean, I like that they finally included another wild card.
Yeah.
Give another team a chance to get in there rather than just one wild card team and they play the number 1 team, because that never looks good.
Yeah, exactly. And it just gives more playoffs to watch, which is awesome. So basically that's it for Major League Baseball for the playoffs. We'll keep everyone updated on the score as it happens.
Preseason basketball is going on right now, or is it regular season already?
Preseason basketball and then preseason hockey. So they're both kicking off again.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. I kept getting notifications last night at the concert of because I follow the Penguins.
Yeah.
And it was they scored 4 goals in 20 minutes. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
It's ding, Penguin scored, ding, Penguin scored, ding, ping. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, if it was the regular season, but
right. Then I realized it was preseason, so it doesn't really matter.
This is true. So but yeah, so let's see. As always, we like to update on the college football rankings. Here it is.
Oregon dropped.
Yeah, so I was gonna say with now the new standings. Let's take a look here.
That's the standings. You want the
rankings, right?
Yep.
There we go. All right. So as of right now, Alabama is still at number 1, 5-0. Number 2 is Georgia at 5-0. Oh, now bumped up to number 3, Iowa at 5-0.
Did I not call that Iowa would be in the top 4?
And then Penn State still at number 4 at 5-0. Cincinnati got bumped up 4-0. Oklahoma 6 at 5-0. Ohio State at 7 at 4-1. Oregon dropped down to 8 at 4-1. Michigan bumped up to 5-0. Now Michigan doing a lot better this year. If they beat Ohio State and Michigan State, and then probably most likely would play Penn State like in the championship game.
Aren't they
Then
like Big Ten or something?
yeah,
like that?
Big Ten, yeah. Then they would get in. Like if they beat Ohio State and Michigan State and then got in, because I mean, yeah, Michigan State's undefeated now too, and they're at 11. So I mean, they're
There's
at
3 in the Big Ten in the top 11, basically, your top 10.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So Michigan State at 11, Michigan at 9, Ohio State at 7,
I know BYU's
and
pushing
then
up
Penn
too.
State at 4,
Where's BYU at?
at 10.
BYU's at 10,
Yeah.
so they're
5-0.
technically Big Ten. Like they were accepted. Wasn't the Big Ten that they were accepted into?
Yeah, but that's not going to start
Starts next
for
year.
Is it next year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how quickly that was going to start for them. So
Yes.
how quickly the top have fallen. Gosh, Clemson's not even in the top 25 anymore. That's terrible.
Neither's Utah.
Gosh, yeah, Utah isn't either. So yeah, unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Alrighty, well, on to NFL news. So breaking news today, the Dallas Cowboys releasing Jalen Smith.
And he's
Which-
already got a contract.
Yep, which was not surprising that he got picked up the very next couple hours or whatever it was. The Green Bay Packers pick him up on a contract, so he is now a Packer. Stephon Gilmore, the reigning 2019 Defensive Player of the Year, being released by the Patriots, and
But was
then
traded before he was released.
so it was announced that he was released.
No, it was announced
And then
that they
after
were
that-
going to release him.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then before he was released, the Patriots trade him to the Panthers for a 6th round pick in the 2023 draft. So
Good on the Panthers.
I
Other
mean,
teams were waiting for him to be a free agent, and they were just going to go after him and throw money at him.
yeah,
And the Panthers are like, "Hey, we'll
Yeah.
give you money. We'll give you a
pick,
pick."
yeah. Which I mean, what team wouldn't do that to get him? I mean, that's crazy. But apparently, Stephon Gilmore upset because he was wanting to go to the Packers. So potentially the Packers would have gotten both of them if that would have happened, which is ridiculous. Like that the Packers would have gotten both of them.
Could you imagine Stephon Gilmore and Jair Alexander? Oh my God, dude.
And Jalen Smith.
Well, Jalen Smith is a linebacker, but
Yeah.
having like 2 lockdown corners on either side of the, like, who's going to beat them at that point? They finally have a defense.
Yeah, I know. That's just
Throw Kevin King back at freaking safety, and
yeah.
wow.
It would have been ridiculous. I mean, I wish we would have at least gotten Jalen Smith. That would have been nice. Would have been good to have that good of a linebacker. I mean, our linebackers are pretty decent, but they're young. Like one's a rookie and one's like a 2nd-year guy. So would have been nice. I know you were wanting to get Stephon Gilmore for your defense, obviously. So
Yeah.
but it sounds like neither one of them wanted to play for our teams, obviously. So, and Gilmore didn't want to play for the Panthers, but the Patriots basically gave him a big middle finger and just said, "Well, I mean,
You play where the hell we
yeah, I
send
was
you."
gonna say we're trading you, so I guess that's where you're going." So the Panthers trying to stack up their defense, which, I mean, to be honest, their defense isn't too bad this year.
No.
They're pretty decent. So adding him is just another great addition to their defense. I don't know why the Patriots let him go or the Cowboys let Jalen Smith go. It kind of just Jalen Smith wanted too much money.
No, Jalen Smith was in the 2nd year of a 4-year, $65 million contract. And they wanted to clear up some cap space so that they could actually pay some other people.
I mean,
They had Dak, they signed him into like the 40 million and then had him restructured. And then they had Zeke restructured because they were right at the cap bubble.
yeah.
So like, if you guys want us to actually like win something, we need to bring some other talent in here. So we need some money. So that's why they cut him, because they're needing money. As far as Stephon Gilmore, I have no idea why the Patriots would get rid of him. Like they don't have a good backup for him.
No.
And he wasn't making a ton of money.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's almost, it's one of those weird Belichick moves of just like, oh, hey, we're gonna get rid of someone a couple years before, they start going downhill or whatever, before we had to pay them like a lot of money. So it's the same old, the Patriot way of what they do.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into our top five, bottom five then for this week, which will be interesting with some of the games that had happened this past weekend. So let's start off with our bottom five. I think I started with my bottom five last time,
Yep.
so I'll let you do your bottom five this time.
Oh, the bottom five definitely changed dramatically. Like the Jets, Giants, both got wins, so that kind of alters things. And like the Giants beat the Falcons, so wasn't it the Falcons?
I think so. Yeah. Let me double check.
The Jets win was the surprising one.
Yeah, because it was over the Titans, which was my lock.
Yeah.
And
I was like, what the hell?
that screwed me so hard. I was like, are you kidding me? Come on now.
I honestly did not expect that to happen. No, it was. Who the hell did they
The
beat?
Giants beat the Saints
Oh yeah, like what the hell?
in overtime.
Like what the hell? And then the
Yeah.
Colts beat the freaking Dolphins?
Yep, the Colts beat the Dolphins.
Like, how does that work out? Like, these guys were all our bottom five teams, and they're actually beating teams that were middle of the pack runners, you know?
This is true.
So for me, number five, absolute worst team in the NFL. And they scared me too because I thought they were going to beat the Bengals, is the Jaguars. They dropped down. They suck. They're terrible.
Terrible.
Number four, I'm going to put the Falcons because they lost to Washington and Taylor Heineke. Like, yeah, that's all I can say. Number three, I'm still putting the Giants at number three.
All right, fair enough.
I think it was a fluke. I think they got lucky.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley actually showed up, but like, how do you not stop Jameis Winston? You supposedly have a good defense, but you still couldn't stop Jameis Winston. There's a problem. Number two, I'm going to put the Jets, even though they beat the Titans. Again, as a fluke, right? Like they beat the Titans without AJ Brown or Julio Jones. Like neither one of them played that game.
Yeah.
So who was Tannehill supposed to throw to? Like,
True.
It put Julio and AJ Brown in. That's not even a close game because it's not all reliant on Derrick Henry at that point.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Derrick Henry still rushed for 150 yards and a touchdown, but it was all on him, you know?
Yeah.
Number one, fifth worst team in the NFL. At this point, I'm putting the Saints.
The Saints. Wow. Okay.
They lost to the freaking Giants. Like,
It's a good reason to put them there.
yeah. Like how?
Just what?
Were the Giants not like my worst team last week?
One of them, yeah. I thought you had the Jags still. I thought.
No, you had the Jags.
Yeah.
I put somebody else as the worst team, and I can't remember
Was
who.
it the Falcons?
No.
I can't remember either. Getting too old for this crap. No.
Yeah. But I'm gonna put the Colts in there, like in a mix. Like it's really close between the Saints and the Colts for me.
Alrighty.
As to who the number five worst team is.
Fair enough. Alrighty. I like that. That's not too bad. A lot of these are very interchangeable depending on like who they played that week and everything. Because I heard someone the other day on Fox Sports Radio say there's like a certain amount of people that are at the bottom. There's only a few, and there's a lot in the middle. But then there's only like a few like at the top that are like, really good. So
Yeah, the upper echelon teams.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna start off with number five, the very worst. I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm gonna agree with them. sorry, you did put up a fight against the Bengals, but you're still 0-4. So still putting you there. The fourth worst team in the NFL is the Lions. You didn't even put them in there. They are 0-4. I don't care.
But they have been in every single game.
They are 0-4. Win a game and I will take you out of my bottom 5. You are 0-4. This is where you belong.
But they have been
with the Jaguars.
Every game.
Don't care. 0-4.
They've never got blown out.
A loss is a loss. You were 0-4. Like you were still one. I don't think that the NFL draft they're gonna say, well, the Lions were in every game, so we're gonna give them the 10th pick instead of the 2nd pick.
Look, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Who did they play?
I'm saying NFL draft wise, they're not gonna care about that. They will give them the 2nd pick.
No, if two teams finish on wins, no wins,
yeah.
So if say the Jaguars and the Lions both go 0 wins,
yeah,
the tiebreaker is strength of schedule.
That's why I said they would get the 2nd pick.
Yeah. So the Lions, they've been in every game against these top teams and still lost. But the Jaguars can't even beat shitty teams.
This is true, but hey, get a win, and I promise next week, and this is all recorded. I promise next week, Detroit, I will take you out of my bottom 5 if you get a win.
Who are they playing? We'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
We'll do our things.
Anyways, the third worst team in the NFL. I'm gonna go with the Colts. They still have just not been looking that good. Kind of like what you said, they're kind of in the mix there with the Saints.
It's that Wentz magic.
Yeah. Then the fourth. I'm gonna say is the Giants, like you said, just because they won against Tennessee. That just seems like a fluke.
No, it's the Jets, not the Giants.
What?
The Jets beat Tennessee. The Giants did not.
Sorry, the Giants beat
the Saints.
The Saints. Thank you. And then number 5. There you go. Yeah. Number 5. The Jets. As my bottom 5. Now I can phrase it the right way. I feel like the win against the Titans was a fluke. So I'm gonna keep you in the bottom 5. I mean, maybe I would take the Colts out actually and put the Falcons, to be honest. I would switch them. The Falcons, yeah, you lost to the Washington football team. I mean, come on, man.
To Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, exactly.
Taylor freaking Heineke.
So Falcons, I'm sorry, fans, you're gonna be in the bottom 5, I think probably all year. I mean, even though you could move up and down in the bottom 5, that's still not good. You're still in the bottom 5 either way. So all right, our top 5. So I guess since you started, I will go first. So the 5th best team in the NFL right now. Oh man. I'm going to give it to the Buffalo Bills, actually. Haven't shown the Buffalo Bills much love. I know, Buffalo, Bill Mafia podcast. Shout out to you, man. You probably met.
Herd or whatever.
Oh, yeah, the Hurt. Buffalo Nerd.
Buffalo Nerd.
There you go.
There you go. Shout out, man.
Yeah.
He's done the freaking podcast with you, and I know the name better.
Yeah, that is true.
Sorry, guys.
You need to jump on the podcast with us. It's because you're slacking. But yeah, number 5, I'm gonna put the Bills. I mean, yeah, they had that first week loss, but after that, man, they've just been demolishing every team that they've played against. So I think they kind of took that personally against the Steelers, and they just have been spanking everyone since then. So number 5, I'm gonna put the Bills. Number 4, man, I'm gonna put the Chargers. I mean, they seem pretty legit right now. So, until they prove otherwise, I'm gonna put them there. Jumping on the hype train when it comes to that.
You can't be friends anymore.
I'm sorry. The 3rd best team. I'm gonna put my Rams, even though people have been like, I looked on the NFL Network Facebook page today and they didn't even have them in their top 5 anymore. That's ridiculous after one loss to the Cardinals. I mean, come on now. Like, don't need to freaking bum them all the way out of the top 5 just because of one loss. So I'm gonna put the Rams at 3. They dropped down from number 1 for my number 1 last week. Number 2, I'm gonna keep Green Bay there. I think I had them at number 2 last week as well. So keep Green Bay at number 2. And then number 1, I mean, you're undefeated, so as painfully as it makes me, the Arizona Cardinals are gonna be number 1 right now until they prove otherwise. Just like the Lions at 0-4 needed to be the second worst team. The Cardinals at 4-0, even with some of their wins, like against the Vikings, was lucky, but they're still 4-0. So I'm gonna put the Cardinals as my number 1 right now.
Well, they're the only undefeated team left.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why they deserve to be number 1. Like,
yeah,
record matters.
All right, so my top 5. At number 6, my Oakland Raiders. Vegas Raiders. Wow, I screwed that up.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, you wow. Stand up, show the shirt.
False on myself.
On yourself.
Ouch. Wow, I actually did that. Oh,
I would agree. I'd put them at 6 as well.
Yeah. So my top 5. Mine are a bit different than yours.
Okay.
My number 5 team is honestly the Rams.
Okay.
I had to drop them down. They were number 1 last week, number 5 this week, because their defense did not prepare for Kyler Murray. Like, Kyler Murray went off, and he started in the first quarter and never slowed down.
Yeah.
Like, how do you score 40 points against the number 1 defense?
Yeah.
Kyler Murray shredded the Rams defense, and that was a bad game to watch. Like, I was a little heartbroken watching that game.
So was I.
I know, being a Rams fan. So I had to drop them down to number 5.
Fair enough.
Number 4, this one was a little tough for me. But I put the Chargers there as well. Chargers beat the Chiefs and then the Raiders back to back. And they went into Kansas City and beat the Chiefs. I thought it was a fluke. And then just the way that they played against the Raiders, like, the only thing that really killed the Raiders, honestly, was our offensive line. We had no run game. And then our passing game was painful. By the way, fuck Joey Bosa. I'm gonna make sure this is not child friendly.
Yeah. Definitely can't click that.
So yeah. I want to meet Gonzo himself. So no, it was the reason why I sent you that picture of Gonzo saying I found Joey Bosa was because during the game he was walking to the sideline and it did like a side view of him. I've always seen him face up.
Yeah.
And it just looks like he has a wide nose. No, the dude's nose comes out to like here. I was like, what the hell? He has a huge snot. Gonzo. So yeah, number 4, the LA Chargers. So LA's got number 4, number 5. Number 3, I'm actually going to put the Green Bay Packers. Their first loss was still really, really embarrassing, but they've kind of stepped it up. They're doing a lot better. They're playing a lot better, and now they got Jalen Smith in the middle. Like, that's going to make them even scarier. So, number 2, I have to put Buffalo. If their record was undefeated, they'd be number 1. But the reason I'm putting them as number 2 is it's really, really difficult to goose egg an opponent.
Yeah.
To shut them out.
Yeah.
They did it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Like, their defense was pissed.
Oh yeah.
They've been pissed. So, and I mean, they won like, I think it was 35-0 and then 40-0. Like, they dominated these games. It wasn't just like a nice little like, oh, it's 21-0 or 17-0. No,
I have 40-0.
40-0 against the Texans, and then I think it was 35-0 against Washington.
No, 43-21. That's still, I mean, 43 points. Like,
oh, where was their other goose egg? I know they did another goose egg game. Was it week 2? Yeah, they beat the Dolphins 35-0. So it wasn't 2 weeks in a row. Yeah. I apologize. False. but
you still got right.
They're averaging, since they lost to the Steelers, they're averaging 40 freaking points a game. Like,
it's nuts.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And they're dominating teams. So I have to put them like number 2, just because of the way their defense is playing. It's not even Josh Allen. Like he's doing okay, but he's not great right now. He's actually struggling a little bit. And I have him on my team. Number 1, I have to put the Cardinals. They're dominating like show against the Rams. Prove just how true and how real they are. Like, it's not just Kyler Murray, man. It's that whole team, that defense. They revamped their defense a lot, and now they're just beast. Like, they're scary. I could see them not going undefeated, but I could see them making a deep run in the playoffs. I don't know if they're Super Bowl ready, but they're definitely close.
Yeah. Fair enough.
There's my top 5.
Nice.
Mute that before it gets loud.
Mute
Oh, it's already muted.
This?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember the stupid commercials come on?
That is very true. Go away. Thank you. So yeah, with that, I think Kyler Murray is the front runner for the MVP as of right now. Like, I think he really is. Like, he kept on turning like 3rd and 16s into first downs.
Yeah.
Like, every time, just with his legs. Like every single time. Every single time I was like, man, we got him. It's 3rd and 16. This is great. Like, we can prevent that. We have a good defense. And then they would get to the backfield to get to him, and then he'd just go whoop, and just go right around him, bam, 16 yards, first down. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, how did our defense not get ready for him?
You're going against the Roadrunner.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, whenever I watch him run, that's what it reminds me of. His legs are going so damn fast, and it just like it looks like they're going slow motion because they're so fast.
That's true. I mean, can you think of anybody else that's really like
as fast?
No, like talk, like MVP talk right now up there.
Still Derek Carr.
Even after the performance against the Chargers.
Dude, he threw for 200 yards. It was his lowest amount this year. He's still leading the league in passing at 1,400 yards. So
fair enough.
Yeah, he still has the lead right now.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Before we get into our picks too, we can talk about we kind of mentioned it beforehand, but here recently in the news, Urban Meyer basically not traveling with the team after the game, after the loss against the Bengals, made a pit stop of his own in his home state to visit family. And he was at like a local bar, sports bar, whatever you want to call it. And I guess a bunch of college girls were like grinding and like dancing on him. And they, someone took a video of it, obviously, and it went viral. He apologized for it and everything and said, it can't be a distraction to the team. Like, I need to re-earn their trust. How much of this is gonna like affect his job, like especially being 0-4? Like, I can see like if you're doing that and you've won a couple of games, but you're 0-4 and like you're causing these problems as a head coach, like in the NFL. Like, how short of a leash is he on right now?
Considering the owner said that it was completely classless what he did.
Yeah.
Like, that was the owner's statement, was completely classless. And then there was another statement by the defensive backs. So he went into each of the position rooms,
yeah,
in the position rooms, and made personal apologies to the position rooms. And one of the cornerbacks actually said that he came in, made the apology, walked out, and the entire room started laughing.
Oh wow.
He has no trust in his players anymore.
Yeah.
The players don't trust him. I think he's fired by week 6.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough. Do you think he kind of brought this upon himself?
Absolutely.
With well, almost like on purpose, like because it's just like everyone kept on talking about him trying to take the USC job ever since it's been open.
Oh, no, it's not like that.
And so he's just trying to get out so he can go back to college because he realized I can't hack it in the NFL.
Not many people can.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Like even look at what's his name from Alabama?
Nick Saban.
Yeah, Nick Saban. When he came to the NFL, he failed miserably.
Yeah.
Never had a winning season.
I mean, you got to think too. Like college coaches, when they do come up, they're going to crappy teams, obviously. So it's just like it's going to take a while for it to be able to take into effect and to change the team around. So I just don't understand why they think like, oh yeah, these college coaches can come in and change things so quickly when in college they give them years. Like, I mean, look at I'm blanking on his name now, the coach at Michigan. That was the 49ers coach when they Kaepernick and all
Jim
that.
Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh, yeah. Like John Harbaugh's brother. So yeah, Jim Harbaugh is the Michigan State coach. He's been their coach for like
Not Michigan State, Michigan.
Or sorry, Michigan. He's been their coach for like almost 8 years now, and they're just now finally doing good. Like it takes time. Like he went in there when that program was just awful, and now after like 8 years they're finally doing good.
Yeah.
So I just don't see why they think like, oh yeah, NFL, like give them a year, give them 2 years or whatever, and then they can turn the team around.
I think with Meyer they were going to give him more than a year, more than 2 years until this happened.
Well, yeah, obviously now with
because
all of this.
the biggest problem is he lost all trust in his players, and I don't think he did it on purpose. I think it was just a bad choice, honestly, brain fart, if you want to say, because not only did he lose trust in his players and the owner of the Jaguars, he's not going to be able to go back to college.
Yeah.
Like with this incident, he's not. He's going to lose the trust of any team that tries to bring him in.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's a winning coach, but dude, you just messed up big time.
Yeah.
Like you messed up bad. You really think USC is going to take you? You just had college girls grinding on you. Like USC is going to go, no.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's a good point. I think it was funny. I guess when I looked up the actual video, the girl like took a picture with him and then like put as like the caption like underneath, I don't know who this guy is. He keeps hitting on me. Does anybody know him? She didn't even know who he was.
Of course not. She's not a football fan.
I mean, she's going to the University of Ohio. Like, how does she not know that he was the coach there for however many years and won national?
You mean Ohio
titles?
State?
Yeah, Ohio State.
Yeah, because maybe she's not there for that. Maybe she's there for something else and never paid attention.
I mean, maybe. I guess
she doesn't have team pride. She doesn't care about school. She only cares about her degree.
And I mean, girls who care about the degrees that don't go out to bars and grind on old guys.
Sure they do. They need to relax sometime.
Yeah, they need to blow off some steam.
They probably thought he was like a
professor.
A sugar daddy.
Oh, sugar daddy. Pay for my college.
Pay for my drinks.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, here we go. So the Dodgers end up winning 3-1. Is the final score. So the Dodgers moving on. That kind of makes me sad. I wanted the Cardinals to win. So yeah, 3-1. Taylor hits walk-off home run. Dodgers beat Cardinals 3-1 in wild card game. I wanted to see like what inning it was though. I can't really tell.
It was in the ninth.
How do you know it was in the ninth?
Because it just says final. If it was anything else, it would be like F/10. F/11, it just says final, then it's just the ninth inning. So they hit the walk-off in the bottom of the ninth to win.
Damn. And that sucks. That's why I wish it was a series. Like I feel like the Cardinals, like they had something to prove this year, especially going on that long winning streak. So
I think if it
now,
was a 3-game series, I don't think the Dodgers would have got out of it.
yeah. So now it's going to be the Dodgers and the Giants, which is hilarious because they've been basically going at each other all season to try to like take the division from each other, So I mean, if the Giants were able to hold them off all year, then I don't see why they wouldn't be able to beat them in the playoffs. So, but yeah, so there's the update on that. So now, is there anything else that we need to get into, or we can get into the picks of the week? Was there something I left off?
No, I think we can get into picks of the week. I think
Alright.
we're good. A lot of injuries this week, though. Like a lot of injuries across the board.
Like different teams.
Yeah, there's a lot of injuries.
Fair enough. All right, let's look at the updated score for the picks of the week.
I'm winning. Actually, I think we're pretty close.
I was gonna say, I think you're ahead by like 1 on me or something.
Yeah.
So let's see. So 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. So I have 46. And then 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 46 and 23 for me. Then 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. So you're up by 1 on me.
Who got both lock
Yeah, I
and
know, right?
and
upsets, yeah.
and you didn't get either one?
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, but 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So yeah.
So
47 and 23, and then
You're
46
46
and 23.
all because you didn't get your lock or your upset, and I got both.
Gosh, I know they
Right there. Right
Yeah.
there. Right there. Kissing.
Get that.
Shut it.
Cut that. Gosh, yeah, the freaking Titans, like that should have been a no-brainer, like lock pick against the Jets. Like, come on.
Well, you got kind of screwed out of it because Julio Jones and AJ Brown were out.
Yeah.
Like the top 2 receivers on the team are out.
And then you tell me like, oh yeah, the Lions have been in every game. Like, pick them over the Bears, and then the freaking Bears still beat them.
I don't know how, dude. Didn't I pick the Lions too?
Yeah.
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 I thought the Lions were going to win that game because the Bears are garbage.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell they won.
So they're still like, that's why the Lions are in my bottom 5. Like that's what happens. So all right, so the Thursday night game tomorrow is gonna be the 3-1 LA Rams against the 2-2 Seahawks. We usually kind of talk about games a little bit too, which takes up a little bit more time. So I'll talk about my team real quick in the game against the Cardinals. It's kind of weird because I liked how the offense was playing, but we kept on making mistakes like in the red zone way too much and settling for field goals. You can't. We would have been going touchdown for touchdown against them and been in the game if some of our wide receivers would have caught the ball. Higbee dropped a couple balls. Cooper Kupp dropped a couple balls. You can't settle for field goals against a team like that. So I liked that we were pushing the ball against their defense. We were pushing the ball the whole time. It's just couldn't finish anything. So hopefully this week against the Seahawks, that's what we can fix. We can fix that. And then I feel like Russell Wilson isn't as fast as Kyler Murray. So I feel like if we're in a 3rd and 16 situation, that somebody can get him like in the backfield. And they wouldn't be able to, they couldn't get Kyler Murray. So I feel like our defense, if we could have just been able to stop Kyler Murray on the run, would have been okay as well. So I'm kind of trying to look at it as, glass half full type of thing. So I'm behind, so I guess I get to, pick first. As you all know, or at least the 5 of you that listen regularly, that as a Rams fan, I'm always picking my team. So I'm going to pick the Rams to bounce back and win this week on a short week. They want to avenge the loss against the Cardinals. They all owned up to, their mistakes, and I think they'll learn from it, and they'll finish. I think they'll finish plays this time. They'll be angry about it, and they'll want to finish plays, and I think the defense will be able to stop Russell Wilson a lot easier than Kyle Murray. So going with the Rams on this one.
Yeah, I think they're actually going to learn from that game, and set up a spy on the quarterback, because they never did.
Yeah, no,
Not once. Like,
Yeah.
they never had a spy on the quarterback, which doesn't make sense. You have one of the fastest quarterbacks in the NFL, and the dude's like 5'8", so he's going to duck under your 6'8" guys.
Yeah, there's a couple times they would go after him, and he'd just go like this, and their arms would like go over him. And there was a one time where we sacked him as well, and they called a penalty for the hitting the quarterback in the face, because he's so damn short. And when he ducked to try to miss the sack, his hand hit him because he ducked. Like, what is the defender supposed to do?
We are
like,
both taller than Kyler Murray. You realize that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, and so like I think that was a messed up call, because it's just like, what's the defender supposed to do when he's that short and he was ducking to try to miss the sack? So, but
Yeah,
that's
so
whatever.
I'm gonna go with the Rams as well.
Oh,
on this
okay,
one. So,
nice. I like that you're sticking with my team. I appreciate it.
well, they're in my top 5 for a reason.
Yeah, that is true. All right, and then the first one that is set on the docket, a very, very scintillating matchup. Two of your favorite teams, the Jets versus your Falcons, both at 1-3, playing in London.
Oh, that's an early morning game too.
Yeah. So the London game.
Matt Ryan is showing his age. Dude's 37 years old. He's not Aaron Rodgers, who's 38 and still at the top of his game. I think Matt Ryan's done after this year. That being said, Zach Wilson's young. They got their first win. They're hungry. Didn't expect them to win the game that they won. And I think that they're going to go into the Falcons a little hyped up. And I think they pull out the win in London. I'm going to go with the Jets.
Wow, going with the Jets. Two bottom 5 teams going at each other.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of the bottom 5. I'll go against you, and I'll go with the Falcons on this one. I just don't have faith in the young quarterback as of yet, like you do. I agree that Matt Ryan is on the downhill, and that's a big reason why they're struggling. But I think the Falcons can find a way to beat the Jets. They're used to going to that London game. I feel like every year they pick the Falcons to go. So Jets will have a hard time with traveling over there. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Nope.
No.
False.
False. This should be a really good matchup potentially. The 3-1 Packers versus the 3-1 Bengals.
That's not going to be a good matchup.
You said this is your sneaky team, and they're 3-1.
Yeah, until I saw how close the game was against Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with the Packers. They're in my top 5. I mean, anytime they're in your top 5, I think you got to go with them. So I'm gonna go with the Packers. Slow down the Bengals' momentum.
I'm gonna lock this one in as the Packers.
Oh, we're gonna lock it up. Cha-ching! Packers locking it in.
What the hell is this? Why are you doing YMCA, bro?
Because you got to do the lock when it goes in, like when you have a lock like this.
That's like this. That's
Yeah.
not both arms. It's one arm.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not gonna go like this.
Sundown, bitch.
The sun's going down on you tonight, bitch. All right.
Definitely not child friendly this time.
No.
I'm
Not
a terrible influence on you.
Not even a little bit. No, I was already like that. I am a bad influence on you. All right, the 0-4 Lions versus the 1-3 Vikings. So 2 teams with losing records here.
I'm gonna put this as my upset.
Oh, don't do it.
I think the Lions
Don't
get it
do
done.
it. Oh, he's going with the Lions.
I think the Lions get it done.
They're 0-3.
just so you can give Goff a little love on his nuts
Oh yeah.
and take him out of the bottom 5.
I did promise him
Yeah.
that. So okay. All right. Upset alert. All right, man. Man, upset. Dang. I'm gonna go with the Vikings on this one. I think that he'll golf it up. They'll stay in my bottom 5 and they'll be 0-5. So bam, going with the Vikings.
We shall see.
We shall see. The 3-1 Broncos versus the 1-3 Steelers. Bum 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 bum. I don't care.
You can't look at it because it looks like a wiener.
What, right here?
Yeah, look at it.
Oh yeah, a little bit. I mean, if your balls are sparkly, like all diamondy, I mean, maybe
Mine
if
are
you're
always sparkly clean.
yeah, there you go. So fresh and so clean. All right, I'm putting this in as my upset, and I'm gonna go with the Steelers on this one. They're gonna beat the Donkeys. They have a worse record than the Broncos, so I'm putting this in as my upset.
Yeah, we're going against each other a lot this week.
Oh, I don't even know if Bridgewater's playing.
I know it could be Drew Lock, and if that's the case, Minka Fitzpatrick is going to eat him alive. No, I'm not going to go against you on this one. I think the Steelers actually get it done.
All right, he's going with the Steelers as well.
Because I'm tired of this whole asking, like, I don't know if you saw what Stephen A. Smith said about the Raiders, that they're pretenders and they haven't played anybody, and
yeah,
that would be the Broncos.
Yeah, don't you remember the Broncos? They're in our division.
The Raiders have beat good teams. Like,
right?
I don't know. We just have a shitty O-line. But yeah, I think the Steelers will stomp the shit out of the Broncos.
Hey, there you go.
One can hope, right?
One can hope.
End this 3-way tie for first place that the Chiefs aren't in.
One is the loneliest. All right. The 1-3 Dolphins versus the 3-1 Buccaneers.
How do you pick?
Yeah.
Oh, Bucks. Like Dolphins look like shit. Dude, they lost to the 0-3 Colts.
Yeah.
Like they got spanked by the 0-3 Colts. It was Jacoby Brissett is still playing.
The Deshaun Watson trade is looking more and more promising for the Dolphins.
Yeah, they're going to trade for somebody else that can't play.
There you go. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
But I'm gonna go with the Bucks as well on this one. I think the Bucks though they're not looking very good. I mean they're kind of starting off like they did last year. You know they
won a Super Bowl last year.
No, the way they started.
That was the way they
finished.
They started like shit. Tom Brady's a finisher.
Yeah, that is true.
As much as I hate that man, he's a finisher.
That's true, but I mean
look at
they looked like crap against the they looked like crap against the Patriots. Like I'm sorry, like they looked like absolute doo-doo against the Patriots, and they should have stomped them into the ground.
No, you heard what Belichick said, right?
No.
Our defense spent 20 years playing against Tom Brady in practice. We know how he plays. We know how to shut him down, and they sure as shit did.
Yeah, I mean that is true, but still, I mean it was a lot closer than what it should have been. I mean, a missed field goal at the end that could have won it for the Patriots. So it's one of those things where it was interesting as well because everyone wanted to debate about at the end. You, good sir, would have lost out on some money because Belichick and Brady did the whole and then walked away. Like it literally was just like a
Belichick whispered something in his ear.
He said good game or something. Probably.
I know. I don't know what it was. It was longer than good game.
Didn't seem like it.
Yeah, he said something to him, and I was like, I was trying to read his lips, but he did like this like weird thing where his lips didn't move.
Yeah.
You could see him saying something, but his lips weren't moving. So I was trying to lip read. I was trying to lip read what he was saying, but couldn't actually do it. So
fair enough.
Because I just suck at lip reading.
It could be, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a big key factor in that. But yeah, I mean, everyone thinks Brady, obviously is still winning the divorce because of that. And, it was a lot closer than what it should have been. He did embrace the offensive coordinator and the QB coach that he won all those Super Bowls with a long time. Like they talked for a while. So you could definitely tell, like, obviously he had a better relationship with him than he ever did with Bill. So
Belichick's an asshole.
yeah.
5-minute time limit.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna stop the audio here. That was a good place since we were wrapping things up with the Patriots and the Buccaneers with how that game went. And then we'll start things off again with the Saints and the Washington football team. So let's do that. Boom. Save. Add segments. Record. Boom. Done and done. All right. So now we move on to the 2-2 Saints versus the 2-2 Washington football team. So I get to start off first. What teams are we gonna get for either of these? like the Washington football team getting some good wins. Saints, obviously, good win against the Packers, but then they've been so wishy-washy after that. Like, it's just ridiculous.
That's
like
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
what he does.
I know. They need to put Taysom Hill in, and they just I don't know what the coaches are doing, but
like eventually down the road, those 30 for 30s?
Yeah.
We're gonna get a 30 for 30. 30 and 30. Jameis Winston.
There you go, 30 and 30, yeah. The life and career. Gosh, I'll go with the Washington football team. I mean, why not? I don't know. It's really a toss up.
I've still been waiting for him to put Taysom Hill in.
Right?
I have, I keep saying every week, oh, this is the week. But I thought Peyton was smarter than that. He really did. Like, dude, Taysom Hill is your best chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Saints on this one.
He's going with the Saints.
I think their defense gets to Taylor Heineke.
All right, fair enough. I like it. All right, the 1-3 Eagles versus the 3-1 Panthers.
Oh, it's gonna be easy. Panthers, especially with getting Stephon Gilmore, even though he's not going to play for until week 6.
Yeah,
but, yeah, I'm taking the Panthers on this one. They actually look really good.
I like it. Yep, going with the Panthers as well. Can't go against you on that one. The Eagles can continue to take a deuce and stare at it until they finally decide that they ever want to flush it away.
Yeah, they keep looking at deuces. They're not flushing them.
The next matchup is the 2-2 Titans versus the 0-4 Jaguars. So it's my pick.
You're gonna make a mistake and lock this one in again.
No, I kind of want to, but I'm not because I don't want to jinx it again. So I'm gonna go with the Titans on this one. They'll bounce back and get a good win, and Jaguars will be 0-5. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna lock it in and jinx it again.
Yeah, I'm going with you. I think the Titans get it done. Derrick Henry's gonna rush for 240 yards. And
say that every week.
Then win me fantasy. Dude, he
every
rushes for 170 a game. He's had a 200-yard game already this year.
Fair enough.
He got me 40 points one week.
The next matchup is the 1-3 Texans versus the 1-3 Patriots.
Really? Where are they playing? Foxborough?
Houston.
Ew. This is why do you keep giving me the shitty picks? They're always mine. This is dumb.
I didn't do the scheduling. The NFL did.
I know. I'm gonna take the Patriots.
Patriots. All right. Fair enough.
No explanation. Just
yeah, going with the Patriots as well. I don't want to explain either. Just
we're taking a swing on this one.
Yeah.
So
next matchup, the 2-2 Bears versus the 3-1 Raiders.
In Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas. I'm gonna go with the Raiders on this one. They'll have a bounce back game against the Bears. Carr being upset about the comments that were made, he'll ball out and help the team get a big win against the Bears. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raiders on this one.
I'm going to say this right now. It's going to be the scariest game for Derek Carr. It absolutely is going to be. Because Alex Leatherwood cannot block Khalil Mack. Colt Miller can. But they're not going to put Khalil Mack on Colt Miller. They're going to put him on Alex Leatherwood.
Yeah.
Then you've got Akeem Hicks up the middle with our shitty center and our two backup guards because our two starting guards are injured. One's out for the season and one we have no idea when he comes back. And then who was their other rusher on the other side? I can't remember for the Bears. He was a Ram.
Oh, he was?
I think so.
Mm.
I don't know. Anyway, Derek Carr's going to be running for his life. I'm calling out John Gruden on here. Like, you say that you want to keep your quarterback. You love your quarterback. Like, you want him healthy. Go get some linemen, dude. Like, seriously. Go pick up Kelechi Osemele. Go pick up Mitchell Schwartz. Those guys are still sitting in free agency. And they'll take veterans minimums. Like, just get them. They're better linemen than what we have right now. Like, oh my God. It hurts to watch how much Derek Carr is getting hit this year. What I like is he's getting hit and he's not fumbling the ball. Yeah. Last year, he kept getting hit. And it's like every other hit, it was a fumble. Like, he had 9 lost fumbles last year. He's had 1 this year.
Yeah.
And that was a bullshit call because his arm was going forward, but they still called it a fumble, the Joey Bosa fumble.
Yeah.
Because his arm was actually starting forward and Bosa hit it as he's coming forward and the ball falls backwards. And they called it a fumble. I'm like, that's stupid.
Dumb.
It's going to be Sack City for this entire game. Because the Bears have the shittiest offensive line. Raiders are the second worst offensive line. And they both have great pass rush defense.
Yeah.
Like, the Raiders pass rush defense is so much better than it's been in years. And I love it. Ngakoue is going to eat. Crosby is going to eat. Mack is going to eat. Akeem Hicks is going to eat. It's going to be Sack City. But I think the Raiders still pull it out because they have more offensive weapons.
Oh, the Raiders.
I got to root for my team, duh.
Sack City. Welcome to Sack City.
I would be surprised if we see less than 8 sacks in that game. Overall.
Overall, yeah, combined, yeah.
I would be surprised if we see less than that.
Next matchup, the 3-1 Browns versus the 3-1 Chargers. So 2 potential maybe playoff teams going at each other.
I want the Browns to win this so bad. I really do. I want to see Joey Bosa talk shit on Baker Mayfield. That'd be so funny because then his team would come fight him. The Browns have Baker Mayfield's back so much. I'm going with the Browns on this. Even though I put the Chargers in my top 5.
Yeah.
I think this is a game that they're going to come in really, really confident. And they're going to end up losing because they think that they're the best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to end up losing to the Browns.
Fair enough. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to
absolutely.
It's going to be close. I'm actually going to go with the Chargers on this one. I'm going to go against the other playing in LA. They'll get that home field advantage.
I said it here. False.
But yeah, I think the Chargers are going to keep that momentum going.
I just sat on my nuts. That hurt.
Did it feel good?
That hurt.
That's what you get, you cheeky bastard. Alrighty.
I have a stomach ache.
The next matchup, the 1-3 Giants versus the 3-1 Cowboys.
Oh, is this gonna be your upset?
I already called my upset.
I thought oh no, it's gonna be your lock. Okay.
I'm gonna lock it in and say the Giant. Or no, I'm kidding. The Cowboys are gonna win it. I'm gonna lock it in with the Cowboys. I'm not gonna go with the Giants. Are you kidding me? No, Cowboys. Locking it in, gonna do the sun over the moon. Ching, there you go. So locking it in. Cowboys, they got this one in the bag.
I agree with you. Like the Giants suck. Even though the Cowboys just lost Jalen Smith, they still have Leighton Vander Esch. They still have what's his name? The
Micah Parsons.
Yeah, Micah Parsons.
I guess, sir.
And then they've got their safety, Diggs, Trayvon Diggs, who's tearing it up this year.
Yeah.
Like I'm super happy to watch both the Diggs boys actually tear it up.
Alrighty, the next matchup, the 2-2 49ers versus the 4-0 Cardinals.
I pick first.
Yeah.
Cardinals. San Francisco doesn't have an answer for Kyler Murray. I don't think anybody does.
It'll be interesting to see if Trey Lance goes in or not. I don't know how well Jimmy G is recuperating from his energy. Oh,
I think Trey Lance is starting.
Oh, Trey Lance is starting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, even if it was Jimmy G starting, I mean, I think it'd be a little closer if it was Jimmy G, but Trey Lance is going to be hard. First NFL start, going against a 4-0 team, like in division rival team as well. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. Like they're going to just overwhelm. That defense is going to overwhelm him like so much.
So I just have to ask, because I kind of feel like this is what it is with San Francisco. Like they had Alex Smith. They swapped him out for Colin Kaepernick. Now they've got Jimmy G.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're swapping him out for Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Like they go from a pocket passer, a pure passer,
to a
scrambler. But I think Trey Lance is way better than Kaepernick ever been thought to be.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see. He's Trey Lance when they did put him in against the Seahawks. He looked good, but he ran a lot, and I think
he's got the run first mentality.
Yeah,
still.
that can't be his first option. Like he's got to look at a couple different options before he's like, okay, I'm gonna go.
But who does he have? Like honestly, he's got Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. Like they're both solid.
Juszczyk or whatever.
Juszczyk is a fullback.
But still, he catches.
I'm saying those two are they're decent receivers, but they're not fast.
Yeah.
They just
they're not top tier. You don't think
they're not
Deebo Samuel, the top tier wide receiver.
Like, I mean, you throw shit at him, he's going to catch it.
Yeah.
But same with Brandon Ayuk, but they don't have the speed to break loose.
Yeah.
Like, your strongest weapon is your tight end because nobody can tackle him.
Oh, Kittle, yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's very true.
Honestly, get some more weapons. Get some faster weapons around Trey Lance.
Yeah.
You all need like a Henry Ruggs or a Tyreek.
That might take a couple years.
Yeah,
so.
Probably will.
Alrighty. Well, the Sunday night matchup is the 3-1 Bills versus the 2-2 Chiefs.
Ooh. In Arrowhead or in Buffalo?
In Arrowhead.
Ooh.
And this should be my pick.
It is.
I am actually, my wife is going to get mad at me, but I'm going to go with the Bills on this one. I think the momentum that they've been playing with, they'll take revenge on the championship game from last year. And they'll be like, hey, if we got to face you again, we got it this time. Like if we had to face you in the playoffs again, basically. So I think the Bills will take it to the Chiefs, even if it's in Arrowhead. The Chiefs, just no momentum for them right now. So, they beat the Eagles, but their defense still let the Eagles score like 35 points. Like what the hell? Like, so
30. It was only 30, but
even 30. Like no. So like your offense shouldn't have to score 40 points to win every game. Like, so I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Uh, I'm gonna go with the Bills for that exact same reason.
Oh, there you go.
But a little more depth on it is the Chiefs aren't going to score 40 points against the Bills defense. They're not.
Yeah.
Like the Bills defense is on an absolute tear right now. They're going to shut people down. Like I think the Chiefs will still score. They're probably going to score like 21 or 24 points, but that's it. Like they're not going to score 40 points. And the Bills are going to come out and just shred the Chiefs defense because they suck.
Alrighty, Monday Night Football, the 1-3 Colts versus the 3-1 Ravens.
Terrible game. This is a trap game for sure. The Colts could sneak it out from the Ravens because they go in too confident. But Lamar Jackson still has a chip on his shoulder. Like you can see it when he plays. Like he still has that chip that even though he's had an MVP, that people think he's not a good quarterback. So he's got to prove himself every single week. I still don't think he's a good quarterback.
I was gonna say, I mean, we both don't think he's good.
No, he's a great running back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think the Colts can get past the Ravens, so I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
He's going with the Ravens. I'm gonna go with the Ravens as well on this one. I think the Ravens have too much on the Colts, and the Colts don't have enough anywhere to be able to beat them. So, interestingly enough, since we're ending with the Ravens, so the game against the Broncos at the end, they got like a turnover on downs. The Ravens did, and they had enough to be able to knee. Instead of taking a knee, Harbaugh has them run the ball a couple more times to be able to get 100 yards, so that way that they could be able to keep their streak of a certain amount of games in a row with 100 plus rushing yards.
23.
And so they're tied with the Steelers now, the team that has had the most consecutive games with that. The Broncos head coach was livid after the game and basically said it was BS that the Ravens coach decided to run the ball instead of taking a knee. What do you think?
I hate that shit.
What?
Like, I don't think it's a bad sportsmanship. I don't. Put your foot on their throat. Like this is it's a brutal game.
Yeah.
It is. If you wanted them to not get the record, stop them.
Yeah.
Make your defense step the hell up.
Yeah.
Like don't cry about it because they did it. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. If say I'm a coach for a team and I'm chasing a record and I need 5 yards, I'm up by 40 points. And I need 5 yards for that record.
Yeah.
Go for the damn record. Because nobody's going to remember the 40 points. Nobody's going to remember how much I ran the score up. They're going to remember that record was set.
That's a good point. That's a good way to look at it. I like that.
That record goes in the record books. The game doesn't really go in the record books. It's just that record. So the Broncos, they were just pissed off because they finally faced a real team and they got their asses handed to them.
Yeah.
It's not facing like a group of 0-9 teams. Like,
No.
Quit whining about it. It's a game. That's the way it's played. If you don't like it, tell your defense to stop it.
Yeah. No, that's true. I agree with it wholeheartedly. I thought it was interesting last Christmas when Kamara had a chance to break the record for the most rushing touchdowns, and then Peyton didn't put him in.
No, he did.
No, he didn't put him in to
So
run it.
he technically broke the record. He got 6 rushing touchdowns. The record is 6, but it was set in like 1940. So it doesn't really count as Super Bowl era. He owns the record for Super Bowl era rushing touchdowns in a single game.
Yeah.
So that's how they counted it. They put him back in, so he got the 6th. Like he was super, like he was nervous because he got the 5th, and then they marched down the field, and he's like, "Are you not going to let me get the 6th?" And then they put him in and let him get the 6th. And he was like super happy about it. And he actually got fined for that game.
Because Sean Payne did.
No, Alvin Kamara did, because he was wearing shoes that weren't uniform appropriate.
Yeah, like league allowed, because it was like Christmas colors or whatever.
Yeah.
So, oh man, well, I mean, those cleats are in the Hall of Fame now. Then, anyways, don't matter because he wore them to break the record, and they always take the cleats and jersey and all that stuff to put into the Hall of Fame. So,
yeah, if you look at any of the record books and everything, it all said 5 rushing touchdowns was the record, because the one that happened was back in the day, like beginnings of football. There was only like 4 to 6 teams playing, and it wasn't NFL like the way that it is now. It was like these guys had day jobs and they'd come and play a game. They'd throw on a helmet, play a game, and it wasn't really passing, it was all running. So of course they're gonna score a lot of touchdowns. But they had one guy back in, like, I think it was like 1943, he had like 6 touchdowns. But because since they started keeping the records and everything, the record was 5. Kamara actually got the record.
Fair enough. Well, awesome. I thought that was a good way to wrap that up, especially since it was the last pick for the week. So that was our picks of the week, NFL picks of the week. Picks of the week.
Wiki.
Wiki whack. So as always, we appreciate everyone that listens and the views on YouTube.
Hold on.
What?
Earl Thomas still not signed.
Earl Thomas still not signed. I think when I hashtagged it last week, it was like they said like under 100 like posts or whatever, like other people posting it. But hey, I mean, other people are posting it, so you know.
Yeah, we were the first.
Yeah,
we all like both of us tagged it, and then people actually started doing it. So it's actually gotten bigger.
Hey, there you go. So still gonna keep it going. We're gonna see how high this thing can go. So hashtag Earl Thomas still not signed. We want to see it out there. All right. Yeah. Hashtag that crap. So as always, you know, I mean, freaking Richard Sherman getting signed, Stephon Gilmore getting traded, but Earl Thomas, you still can't get a job. Like, come on, man.
Stop flipping your coaches off and get a damn job.
Pull up your pants and make something of yourself. So yeah, it's always great that listens and follows as always Spotify, YouTube, you know, Apple Podcasts, all the major providers, Anchor. You know, we appreciate all of that. Maybe we'll try to get in more fantasy football. I wish we kind of had more time for that.
No, because we both lost this week. Bullshit.
I know.
Bullshit.
we did.
I lost because of freaking Austin Eckler, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the only reason.
If I had played Devonta Smith instead of Tyler Lockett, I would have won.
Oh, there you go. If I would have played AJ Green instead of Waddle, then I would have won.
Yeah. It's really shitty.
You know, one player out of whack and it changes.
Tyler Lockett has been on a tear all year, and he goes 4 receptions for 24 yards. I'm like, are you serious? What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. You might want to think about that against that Rams defense too. Maybe think about switching him out. But anyways, hopefully we can talk some more fantasy football, update the standings and everything with what's been going on. But we appreciate everyone, love everyone, and you know, we'll see you guys next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday. So until then, stay safe, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Later.
Peace. Recording has stopped. No, it hasn't. Recording.